So, hello everyone. Until now, let's start with what is decision making. In this lecture, we are going to learn if statement, if else statement, and if else statements. So, before that, let's start. What is decision making? Until now, our programs were very simple. We entered some values. Python performed calculations, Python displayed outputs. But real world applications don't work like this. They make decisions. For example, suppose the college checks whether your attendance is enough for exams or not, or a bank checks whether your salary is enough for a loan. In all these situations, the program first checks a condition and then decides what to do. So this process is called decision making. So let's see what is an if statement. So execute with block of. So the if statement is used to execute a block of code only when the condition is true. So the if statement in Python first decision making statement. If the condition is true, Python executes the block of code. If the condition is false, Python simply skips it. This is how if statement works. Let's see the syntax of if statement. Suppose in if statement, right after if we write some condition later. This is the syntax for if statement. Let's comment these two lines and we'll practice with some practical examples. This is the condition. This is the syntax for if statement. So suppose let's see our semester exam eligibility. Suppose our attendance is equal to if attendance greater than or equal to 75. So let's print eligible. Suppose I gave here. So in this statement, actually we gave our attendance as input function. Suppose the college rule says student must have at least 75% attendance to write the exam. The student enters at attendance if my attendance is 82. So it returns eligible because Python checks whether attendance means 82 greater than or equal to 75. Of course, true. So Python enters if block and prints eligible, and next in the next step it prints eligible. This is how if statement will work. So let's see with another simple example. Suppose that amount is equal to if that amount is greater than equal to 999, then print congratulations. Suppose many offline shopping websites provide free delivery above minimum purchase amount. Like suppose if the customer enters 1500, suppose if I enter here 1500, no, it returns congrats free delivery. Because no, after entering 1500, Python checks 1500 is greater than or equal to 99. So since the condition is true, the customer receives free delivery. This is how it works. Let's see with another example. Suppose employee for employee bonus, suppose experience is equal to, let me see whether it's recording or not. Yes, it's recording. So if his experience is more than 5 years, he is eligible for bonus. So let's bring this. Yes. Now after entering 6 as input, so now Python checks whether experience I have told it as 6. Now 6 greater than or equal to 5. So in the next step, Python prints it's eligible because 6 greater than 5 is true. So it will go to next step. Suppose if I enter 4, so 4 greater than or equal to 5, it's wrong. So Python skips. It will, let's see. Suppose if I enter 4, empty, it prints empty. This is how it will skip it. If we enter 4, suppose if the condition is false, it will skip. If the condition is true, it will go to next step and it will print the, suppose, let's say a common example. Suppose balance equal to, withdrawal allowed. Yes, if I enter suppose 2500, yes, withdrawal allowed. Because since the condition is true, withdrawal allowed. So now let's see with some moderate examples on this topic. Okay, let's continue with another small example. So we're doing more examples, we can understand the syntax very clearly and we can remember the syntax easily. Suppose cricketer runs into very in if here in case scoring 100 runs or more in a single innings. So suppose if I enter here 118, so century completed. This is since the condition is true, Python prints century completed. This is how if will work. So next, let's start with if else statement. Yes, it's recording. Okay, I think network was not proper here. So in next class, I will explain about if else, if elif, And in next class, we will continue with if else statement and if else statements. So thank you for watching this video. Let's continue in next video.